Hello,
Hello, welcome. I'm Emily,
I'm Emily.
and this is the Are
Welcome
We
to our
Nerds
podcast.
podcast.
We're having a great time. We have so much serotonin, caffeine in us. Uh,
Literally, I just went to the
yeah,
dentist.
I cried today.
I cried yesterday because of this
We cried for
episode.
this podcast. Yeah, for this
Yes.
podcast, we have blood, sweat, and tears
Blood,
for this
sweat, and
podcast.
tears. Oh, okay. Well, today's podcast is going to be two things. One, anime movies you should be watching, but before we do that, we're going to do a quick watching update because I feel like we haven't updated you guys recently on what we've been watching.
Yeah,
So, we're going to do that.
which time?
But before we do all of that, we're going to do anime news. So, starting off, this is so exciting. I'm
I
starting
know.
this off on a banger. Sasuke to Miyano OVA is out now. Actually, right now, when we're recording this, it is not out. I thought it was going to be out in the morning. It is not out till 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But when this podcast comes out, it'll already be out. So, everyone go watch it. Sasuke to Miyano, one of my favorite series.
We started it together, but I then did not watch the rest. But I'm planning on watching the rest. I'm trying to catch up on stuff, which I'll be discussing later. But next news is Oda says regarding the One Piece ending, this is what he said, quote, I've answered this question plenty of times and lost trust, so I think it would be better not to reply. I deviated quite a bit from it in the past, so I can't say it with a loud voice, but I plan for the final chapter in 3 years. Take that as you will. It's not said with certainty, but 3 years. Um, I'm gonna cry. Literally depressive episode for a week. Once it ends, I'm not getting out of bed. Once. Crazy. Like every week we talk about One Piece, but how could we not? It's crazy.
Yeah, I had a good One Piece day.
We literally all of our TikToks, half of them are like One Piece TikToks, but we don't care. We like One Piece. Anyways,
Love One Piece.
do you want to talk
Next.
about My Hero?
Yes. My Hero Season 6 is scheduled for October 1st. If you guys have listened to our podcast at all, you know that I love My Hero. Emily also loves My Hero.
I
So
love
this
it.
is so exciting. And the fact that it starts October 1st, like that is so soon when you really think about it. So I'm really excited. So everyone should be hyped for this next season.
I didn't expect it to be the first. Like I know they had said October. I wasn't thinking like, oh, the first day of October. So that's a good start off to the month. And that's a good start off to specifically like everything coming out in October. I'm glad we're starting off with My Hero before new stuff comes out or the rest of whatever comes out. Start off the spooky season. I'm so excited.
So excited. This next season is going to be insane. But anyway, that's My Hero news.
Days with My Stepsister anime adaptation is officially announced, as well as Sasaki and Peeps anime adaptation officially announced. I have no idea about any of those. Just I'll have to check them out. But if you know, or if you already knew about that, now you know that there's going to be animes for those.
Yes.
Super exciting.
That was exciting news, but these is some really sad news. So, the artist of the solo leveling manhwa has passed away. So, sending good thoughts and vibes to his family and team. If you haven't checked out solo leveling,
Check it
please
out.
do.
It's so good. Like, it's actually probably my favorite, like, webcomic that I've read so far. You can get the physical copies, um, at any of your, like, manga shops, so, like, BAM or, um, Barnes and Noble. You can get them pretty cheap. You can get them cheaper at Target. I recommend getting them at Target because they're usually 20% off.
Yes.
So, but you can also read it online. Um, Highly recommend it. Check it out for him. Check it out for the great art that he has put into this world. Very sad that he had passed so early. He was young. He was 40. But
Right before anime adaptation too.
I know. I was
His art
so
officially be
upset.
animated. Yeah, that's really sad. So sending good
That's why
thoughts.
you need to check it out for
and vibes.
him.
Yeah.
Have his legacy like continue on. collect Solo Leveling. You're not gonna regret it. Anyways, before I get more sad, let's just go into like a quick like watching update. So you can just say all of your updates on what you've been watching, what you've been into, and then I'll say mine, and then we'll get into the episode.
Okay, cool. So I just have 3 small updates. So I finished watching Run with the Wind. Honestly, it's a 10 out of 10 show. It is so good. Dare I say it? I know we just did our top 10, but it has taken over Anohana's spot in the top 10 for me. It's that good. It's that good. Incredible character development. The format of the show is perfect. I felt all the emotions watching it. Highly recommend. I'm not going to go too in depth because next week's episode is about sports anime. So, continuing on, I caught up on Mob Psycho 100. All I'll say is I am so excited for season 3 this fall. If you have not watched, catch up before season 3 starts. And Mob is the best boy. That's all I have to say about Mob Psycho. It's so good. I will say season 1 was a little slow for me until like the end, but season 2 was just like incredible all the way through. Every episode was so good.
Yeah. It's like not a spoiler, but like when Mob finally like goes psycho in season 1, that's when it's just like, oh my god. And then just to see that like that happen and the first time it happens, you're just like, I have to know more. So then you keep watching, and then the second season is way better than the first, in my opinion. So I can't even imagine what the third season's going to be like. Because I mean, I know the manga's out and everything, but this is one where I'm choosing not to read ahead because I want to be surprised with Mob because I genuinely like really enjoy watching the anime. So I'm excited that we get to watch it together.
I know, it's exciting. That's why I caught up before, because I was like, so we could watch Mob together. And then finally, I made it to the Soul Society arc in Bleach. Thank you. I'm enjoying it a lot more at the moment than I was, so I will keep you updated. I think Bleach was really funny. I'm liking it a lot more now in Soul Society, so we'll keep you updated with that.
Hot take for my stuff. I dropped Death Note for now. Not forever, but just for now. I wish I was vibing with it more because a lot more people around me were hyping it up. But maybe I just don't have the brain capacity for it right now or whatever, but I felt that since I wasn't finishing it or like watching the rest of Death Note, and mind you, be like, oh, what episode are you on? Are you on like 7? No, I'm like past the 20th something episode. Like I'm almost in the 30s. I was still not really vibing with it. Which is just strange because I like stuff like Future Diary and Parasite and like Dead Man Wonderland. Mm-hmm. I just don't know what it is about Death Note that was just not clicking with me. So maybe I'll pick it up back during spooky season because spooky season, Death Note. But I felt that since I wasn't finishing it, it was stopping me from watching other anime. So because like I've said in past episodes, I really haven't been watching anime. I've been reading more and like watching K-dramas. So hopefully I'll pick it up later. I won't let it defeat me. Like I'm gonna finish Death Note. I'm just not gonna finish it right now.
Yeah.
But and it's not me saying that like, oh, I'm not vibing with it. Like I'm not saying that it's a bad anime. Mm-hmm. It's just not it's not for me at this moment. Yeah. So I'll pick it up. I'm gonna finish it. I won't let it defeat me. But since I've dropped Death Note for now, since that's on the back burner, I started Soul Eater. I've been very interested in watching it because I had watched Fire Force first, and then, you know, they were like, I can't remember, they said it's the prequel, or like years later after Fire Force is Soul Eater. I can't remember which it is, but like they're the same world. So I'm really liking it. I like the voice actors. They sound really cool and they fit the characters really well. I'm only on episode 2, so I can't really say much about the anime itself, but I'm enjoying it. It doesn't require a lot of brain thought, like brain power, which I need at this moment. But yeah, so far so good. I'm currently trying to catch up on Aoashi and Love All Play. Aoashi is the soccer anime that is so good. The manga is so good. And then, oh yeah, you did start it. Mm-hmm. Have you? What do you think?
I'm only on episode 2, but I already love it. Yeah.
Isn't he dumb
He's so stupid. He was
in the
like,
nicest way
"I'm the
possible?
next Messi," even though Messi's still alive. I was like, "Bro, shut up, stop talking.
I'm like,
You're embarrassing
that's
yourself."
the anime. I'm telling you, you're gonna get so much secondhand embarrassment
And like, I was
over that
on the
kid.
treadmill watching it, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, oh my god!" It's like running,
Like
like
like I just want to throat punch him sometimes. And be like, calm down. It's okay, because he's not bad at soccer. He's not good at playing soccer. If that makes any
no, he's
sense.
good at soccer, but he's not good at playing soccer.
He has like raw
Talent.
talent. He's like a diamond in the rough, but he's like a really dingy, gross. I would not pick up this diamond in the rough.
He just
To be honest, at this point right now,
his ego. Anyway,
his ego.
we'll get into it more next week.
Next week.
Yeah.
But and then Love All Play, that's the badminton anime. I don't know, like I haven't seen a lot of people talking about it, but um it's good. I wish there was I'm only on episode 6 or 7. I'm only a handful in, okay? But the voice cast is goated. Like you got Tanjiro's voice actor in there, you got Zoro's, you got Kageyama's, like a bunch of people that you know and can recognize, they're like in that, which I was really surprised about because I haven't seen a lot about Love All Play. I only started watching it because you were like, "Oh, this looks interesting," and I was like, "Well," and then I picked it up. But it's good. I recommend it to people that like sports anime that are like looking for more stuff to watch because I'm definitely looking for more sports anime. It's my favorite genre. So, um, yeah, I just wish it was more exciting at the moment because I felt with Haikyuu, I think it picked up faster with like momentum wise with matches and like growth development. You know what I mean? This is more realistic.
I love Haika. However, it wasn't until like the first half of season 1 that I really was like, "Oh my gosh, Haika."
Yeah, Love All Play is more realistic when it comes to like growing as a player. Like he's not bad at all from the beginning. Like he's a decent badminton player. He could just be better.
Yeah.
But I've just been watching Soul Eater. I've been watching this is not anime, but y'all need to watch this. It's The Extraordinary Life of Attorney Wu on Netflix, K-drama. It's about an autistic woman that's an attorney. It's so good. I cry like every episode. And if you're neurodivergent like me, like you can continue watching and not be like bored or anything. It's so good. I highly recommend. Me and my sister watch it together, so if you're wanting to get away from anime or something for a bit, I highly recommend this K-drama. But that's all I've been watching. Oh, and I caught up on Black Clover manga.
Ooh.
Pick it up. If you finish the anime, pick up the manga. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Okay, now let's get into. Well, let me talk to the mic. Let's get into our actual content of the episode, which is anime movies you should be watching. So we're going to talk about 6 movies. So I will do 3 and Emily will do 3. So this movie I'm recommending is A Whisker Away. So it basically follows the main character's journey after turning into a cat, how the lines between human life and cat life begin to blur. And the themes in this film are, in my opinion, about like depression and letting yourself be loved. It's such a good film. It's definitely worth watching. It has great character development, especially with the main character. I definitely cried watching it. Definitely give it a watch. I think it's such a good film. And it's on Netflix.
I like the animation style of it. I watched it when they had just put it on Netflix, so it's been a while. I don't know the year it came out, but I really like the art style of it. And I really enjoyed watching it as well. And I liked the character. It's kind of like The Cat Returns in a way. I mean,
it did come out
turning into a cat. Oh, 2020? Okay, yeah. Like turning into a cat. You're going through your like epic journey of like trying to become human again.
Yeah.
But you have to learn something along the way, right?
Yeah.
So I like movies like that. It doesn't require like analytical, like critical analysis and that type of stuff, but you do know that there's like life lessons that you're supposed to learn through this movie, like through the character. So it's like easy to put yourself into her shoes and like think about your life I Whisker Away. That's cute. There's like a little bit of romance too.
There's a little bit of romance. Definitely a coming of age story. Really good.
Yeah, coming of age. Speaking about coming of age type movie, I recommend for my first movie, The Boy and the Beast. This came out in 2015, but this story follows a young boy that has run away from home. And he ends up in the world of beasts. It's like a parallel type world to humans. Like there's a very thin line between them. So he stumbles upon into that world, and he's taken in by a warrior beast wanting to become the new Grand Master of like the beast realm. And he makes the kid his disciple. This is from the same studio and director as Wolf Children and Miria.
I just watched that
Miria.
movie
Okay,
too.
yeah.
It's a good movie.
The animation is stunning. I just love the art style of that studio and that director. It's like really pretty. I love watching the relationship between Kyuta. He's the boy,
Mm-hmm.
and the beast grow throughout the story. By living and training together, the boy sees that even though he is human and his master is a beast, they're way more alike than it seems. So I like how by living together, they learn to understand each other and bond over ways. They don't bond in the most like nicest way. They like scream and yell at each other all the time, but like they understand each other. They're doing it in a loving way of like I'm helping you and you're helping me. Kind of like I'm mean to you, but like I love you. Ew.
Ew.
Anyways, yeah. So by living and training together, the boy sees. Oh yeah, I already just said that. Huh. Okay, but watching Kyuta, the boy, become stronger and struggle with his identity throughout the movie is like portrayed really well.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see his struggles of like growing up human as a beast, like in the beast world, because you're not really. I mean, obviously, as a human, you're not supposed to be in the beast world, but there's like a thing in the movie where humans can grow darkness in them, and that can like hurt beasts. So he has to be like very careful with how he maintains himself. But you get your action. There's a little bit of romance. There's great character development for the boy and the beast, and the ending is so wholesome. Honestly, I could have cried if I thought about it, but I didn't. It's rated a 7.6 out of 10 on IMDb, but I would probably rate it like an 8.5 out of 10. I enjoyed the characters. I enjoyed the storyline. It was funny. It was easy to watch, and I didn't get bored. So when it came out, I watched it and I liked it, and I just rewatched it for this podcast because 2015, it's 2022. So, yeah, The Boy and the Beast. You can rent it, or you can look it up and see where that leads you.
Yes. All right. The next movie, I was going to talk about this movie next, but I'm going to save it for last because I think it's my favorite out of the ones that I'm talking about. So I'll talk about Flavors of Youth next. This is also on Netflix. So this is such a unique film. It's 3 short stories in one film. So each short story is about 30-ish minutes. No, it's less than 30 minutes. It's 3 stories. The whole thing is like an hour and 14 minutes. So it's very short. And you can watch it in intervals. So if you want to just watch the first short story and then stop and go back and watch the other short films, that works too. But the first short film is about childhood memories locked through a bowl of noodles. And then another is a model finding her way through life. And the last one is an extremely bittersweet first love. It made me cry within the first 15 minutes. It's low-key a sad movie. Like, each of the short films are low-key really sad, but they have great resolves in all 3 of them. So the animation is stunning and really makes you think about life in such a unique way through different flavors of life, such as like in the first one, food, second one, clothes, and the third one is like through voice recordings. I like the short film aspect of it. It has great voice acting. The main guy from the third short film is the main guy in Run with the Wind, so I thought that was really cool. But yeah, I really enjoyed this film. Made me cry. I definitely would recommend watching it. It's a really easy film to watch time-wise. It doesn't lose your attention, at least for me. It's really easy for me to stop paying attention to things because I just have such a short attention span. So all of the short films caught my attention and kept it the entire time. Really good. It is quite deep, but I like that about the film because it each has like its own like every viewer can interpret it in its own way. So I really like that about the film. So I definitely recommend checking it out.
I think I like when they had just put it on Netflix, I think I dabbled in it, but I don't think I ever finished it. I think I've only finished the first story
It's good.
and then got a little bit into the second.
I think my favorite story is the second and third story, I think.
But I will say, like, those scenes from Flavor of Youth are like everywhere. Like when people do like anime lo-fi videos or something, like you're probably gonna see like a scene
The
from Flavors of
animation is
Youth in videos like
stunning.
that. It's very pretty.
Yes.
I'm gonna do what you did, and I'm gonna skip around on mine. So I'm gonna talk about Belle. Belle had just
Such a
this.
good
This is like
film.
one of the most recent ones to have come out. It came out in 2021. We saw it subbed in theaters with our friend group. I cried. It wasn't even really sad. I was just so happy to finally see it because I had been talking about it for months
Yeah.
when they released trailers and everything.
It's so
But
good.
so basically, Belle follows it follows this girl named Suzu. She's a loner at school. She's shy and introverted because stuff had happened in the past that had led her to be that way. But she keeps to herself and doesn't let anyone in, and she doesn't form relationships with others. She's very secluded. But once she joins this like online virtual world called You, she becomes an online global sensation known as Belle. So she's a singer. In the past, she used to sing in the past, but something had happened. She doesn't sing anymore. It's too traumatizing for her. But she can sing in You. So this movie follows her online life in You and her quest to uncover and understand the beast that had crashed into her online concert and is being hunted by vigilantes in You. It's very the whole. It's probably one of the best anime movies I have seen, like scenery wise. Watching it in a theater
Beautiful.
was fantastic. It's so. I highly recommend people watching it. Like even if you're not vibing with the story or anything, like once you're watching it, because I will say out of all this stuff, it's not the most like gripping. You know what I mean? Like it's not the most attention gripping. Like obviously you're paying attention, you're watching it, but it's not like it's not crazy like oh my god action all that type of stuff. Where it's not like overly sad. It's just like a very like chill vibe throughout. I feel like to me at least it's not anything crazy, but it's not anything boring. It's like right in the middle of
I'd agree.
anime stories. But the soundtrack. I think the soundtrack is what makes it like one of my top anime movies. The
Yeah.
dubbed version and subbed are fantastic. I don't know how they found both those people for the main girl, Suzu, but their VAs, when they're singing, sound exactly the same.
It's in a different language.
I don't know what witchcraft they have done on that movie, but it's like the exact same. I can listen to both. They're so stunning. Like kudos to those people because I'll just be listening to I was listening to the soundtrack while like cleaning up my room today. But the visuals are stunning and it's an interesting take on Beauty and the Beast. And at the end of this, I will be going into a little spoilers about it because that will make sense with what I have noted. Just skip when I say so like 15-30 seconds because I'll talk fast. But her online self, what I like about it is her online self and her real self are so different. Because with the I think like AI like virtual stuff that they have, it's like basically looks like AirPods when you put them in. It's like virtual reality, but it scans your biometrics. So it'll create a character that is based off of like the inner you. So I like that her inner self is very beautiful and still untouched, even though she's struggling with herself in the real world. I like that you can see the difference between that. Her dad's hot. That's out of pocket maybe, but her dad is hot. We can all agree. And can we talk about the relationships in this movie? Suzu and I think his name's Shirabu or something like that.
Yeah.
The way he carried himself was so attractive for no reason. Like he was like out of pocket with stuff, and it had me screaming watching it because I watched it dubbed today just to have like a recap of what had happened, and I was over here on the bed. I was like, it's so good. But before I get into spoiler stuff, if the way with because it's like Beauty and the Beast, it's called Belle. It's like an interpretation of Beauty and the Beast.
Mhm.
But watching it, it's not what I thought. I thought there was going to be like a romantic type relationship with Suzu and the Beast character, but that turned out, spoilers, just is starting now. Skip ahead 30 seconds. Turned out not to be the case. I was confused watching it the first time, but now watching it again and listening to the song Lend Me Your Voice, that the lyrics and the whole song about that depict their relationship very well. So, by helping the boy along, along the way, she had helped herself and healed from her past. That's what I like about the movie. But very beautiful soundtrack, 10 out of 10. That's what makes it one of my favorite anime movies. Check it out. You can rent it. I know they're selling it now in stores, like DVD if you want to collect
Mhm.
it, if you liked it. But Belle, 2021. I think IMDb put it at a 7.2. I would give it an 8.
Really
I
liked
think
it.
it deserves an 8.
I
I
really
liked
liked
it.
it. Yes. All right.
I enjoyed it.
Now my last film. If I want anyone to watch any film that I recommended, it is this film. Words bubble up like soda pop. I love this movie. So it follows a boy who works at a day service and writes haikus, and a girl who is really popular online. Her name's Smile, but in real life she's very insecure because of her buck teeth. And the story basically follows their summer break. As you can imagine, there's romance. I really like the animation style personally. I know some people have like mixed opinions on it. I personally really like it because I think the bright colors follow the bubbly and bright themes in the film very well. And it's very aesthetically pleasing to me. And the way this film uses colors in its scenes is stunning. Stunning. It is such a wholesome and comforting movie. I've watched it multiple times and have enjoyed it every single time. Yeah, this is a feel-good movie, and that's what it's meant to be. So it's not.
He has not watched it. It's a feel-good movie.
It is a feel-good movie. I did cry the first time I watched it. I didn't cry yesterday though when I watched it again because I was like, this is just so cute. I love the film. I love the animation, the colors. Highly recommend watching it. It's on Netflix. Feel good movie, so wholesome. It kind of reminds me of the vibes of Kiki's Delivery Service, which is my favorite Ghibli film, so you should know. But words bubble up like soda pop. Such a good film. I need to sneeze.
Bless you. I gotta admit, I have not seen it yet. Like, it's on my list. I think when it comes to movies, to me, I feel lazy when I sit down for that long watching a movie. And I had just watched, like, the last 2 days, like, 5 movies. So I think I'm done with anime movies for now. But I will eventually watch it so we can talk about it. But it does look very cute. And I do like how it looks. So I'll get there eventually. But now, if we're talking about crying, this is my life. And I made you worried to watch this, and I'm sorry for that.
Now I'm just scared to watch it. Your eyes are still puffy.
My eyes are still. We're recording this on a Tuesday, y'all. I was sobbing. I was sobbing on a Tuesday afternoon. It was like it wasn't even 1:00. My eyes. If you're watching this on video on Spotify or YouTube, like my eyes are still puffed up because they're swollen from crying. Which is not the best because I had a migraine this morning too. So this has been I went to bed with a migraine and woke up with it. So this has been a rough day.
Oh no.
Rough day for me.
No, bro.
But I feel better now. Like, I enjoyed watching this movie. But speaking about the movie, it's called Maquia, When the Promised Flower Blooms. Came out in 2018. I've probably learned about this movie on TikTok, I'm guessing like a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And I had told Adrian to watch it, and he watched it like a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been meaning to pick this up. I knew it was sad. I just didn't want to be sad. But for the podcast, I was like, you know what? Let me watch a movie I haven't seen yet. and just see how I like it and see if I can talk about it. I really liked it. I'm gonna talk about it. So basically, this movie it follows Maquia, a girl, like a Lorf girl. I'm gonna explain what a Lorf is. Um, they're a special type of human that can live for like hundreds of years. So, Maquia, she feels alone despite like her peaceful life in the village. She's just doing her daily thing. The Lorf people weave. I want to remember what's called hobulies, I think is what they're called. It's basically they weave like garments and like really long like cloths that depict life. You can read people's life based off of the patterns and such. But one day, humans from the Masarte kingdom attack her village and take the women from her tribe because they value their immortality. They're trying, like, the king wants these women to have, like, like, for bloodline type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, Maquia, she somehow escapes and stumbles upon an orphaned infant and decides to raise him. From then, the movie follows the life of Maquia and Ariel, that's his name, the human child she decided to raise. As you can see, what I had depicted that she is immortal and he is a human. If you think about it, this movie's gonna end tragically. And that's what led me to crying. But the animation of this movie is very pretty. It's about almost 2 hours long.
Hmm.
So this was a sit. But I enjoyed it. I wasn't bored. I liked the voice cast for it. The Maquia, she's Toru's voice actor from Fruits Basket. And I honestly want to say that one of the boys she grew up with, one of the human boys, was Reiner's. One of the Lorf dudes was Aaron from Attack on Titan. And then, I can't remember anyone else. But I was just like picking up these people. I was like, oh my god, this is a pretty good cast. But they did the director for this movie. They did a really good job on showing the relationship between Maquia and Ariel throughout the movie. Um, they did a really good job on showing the relationship between Maquia and Ariel, despite like Maquia not aging and Ariel growing up. That was really interesting to see that, and then like how he processed that his mom is not aging like he was. The movie had me feeling anxious. Like I was texting you and sending you videos, and I was like, my heart is pounding right now. Like you have your action, and you have scenes that are like, oh my god, like he's doing that, or like blah blah blah, and which is a plus to me when it comes to movies. I don't like feeling that way at the moment, but like once I think about it, like at the end of a movie, I'm like, that was good that they had me feeling this type of way, because then you know that's a good movie, at least to me, if I feel anxious and stressed. One critique I will have with this movie is that the passage of time can be confusing.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if you're going into this movie, like, understanding, like, what I'm saying and putting down, like, just pay more attention to passage of time and how that plays into the overall whatever of the story. The ending literally wrecked me. Like the last 10 minutes of this movie. Like it was not sad really until like the last 15, 20 minutes of this movie. Had me sobbing on a random Tuesday afternoon. Tears. Nonstop. Snot. Down my nose. But the ending was so well put together. And it's like a really tragic, like bittersweet thing, because you know that that's gonna happen based off of what she is and what he is. So you knew that was going to happen, and it still has you sobbing like that. So that's what I think makes it like a really good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Very emotional at the end with them and their relationship. IMDb rates it a 7.4 out of 10, but I would rate it like an 8.3. It was a little long for my attention span, so there was like little moments where I would kind of like go on my phone and like check out stuff. But then, like, I would get right back into it. So, I think it's if you're looking for a cry, this is the movie to watch. Okay? You can rent it You can probably find it on the internet. The ending did this movie justice, so that's why I'm highly recommending it. I'm glad I had picked this up. Um, that's all I gotta say about that. That was crazy. And the fact that my eyes were still swollen, that was like
Like,
4 hours ago,
yeah.
5 hours ago. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Makuya.
So those are our anime movie recommendations. So there are other anime movies that we love. Ghibli, A Silent Voice, I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. But those are movies that people talk about more, so we want to talk about ones that like people didn't talk about as much. So my recommendations are A Whisker Away, Words Bubble Up Like Soda Pop, my favorite, and Flavors of Youth.
What am I? Okay, we got The Boy and the Beast. We got Belle. And we have Makuya. Maquia. Makuya. When the Promised Flower Blooms. Tragic. So good. They're all so good.
Yeah.
Especially the studio, like the movies from the studio, The Boy and the Beast. Great.
Yeah, I
We got The
recently
Girl Who Loved
watched
in Time.
Miria. It's so good.
Oh, if you want another sad anime movie, Wolf Children.
Oh,
If you want to be thinking about life, and if you want to cry, Wolf Children is the way to go. Had me sobbing in high school, so that's why I refused to watch it again.
that's why I'm not gonna lie, I didn't feel like crying, so I refused to watch it.
It's like, let me watch feel good movies.
Yeah,
and I'm
I
like,
was
let me
like-
cry.
I was like, let me watch Words Bubble Up Like Soda Pop again.
But
yeah, those are-
it's a good movies. I'm glad we talked about these because, like you said, not a lot of people talk about these. Like when Belle had come out, right?
Mhm.
People were talking about it, but I wish more people talked about it because I really like the soundtrack. But if out of all these movies, I wish people watched. I wish, like from my recommended, I wish people would watch The Boy and the Beast
Mhm.
because it's a good movie, and I think just the way that the like father son type relationship that they had is like really neat to watch, and I like how he's not human,
Mhm.
he's a beast
Yeah.
raising some little human brat. It's just so cute, and I liked the little bit of romance in it too. I was like, so out of all of them, that one.
I would want people to watch Words Bubble Up Like Soda Pop. The most out of
She's
it,
like, Emily.
it's just really cute and really easy watch. So I highly recommend watching that. But that is today's episode. Next week's episode. I'm sorry also if I made little to no sense in this episode. I don't know what's going on with my English today.
I hope I made sense.
You-
I tried really hard with my notes.
You did.
That's
You
why
did
you
a
see me
really
looking
good
at
job.
the side.
Yeah, if you see us looking on the
Oh,
side,
thank
it's
you.
because we're two girls with ADHD who need to write everything down so we don't forget what we're gonna say.
I'm writing down what I'm saying word for word.
But thank you guys so much for watching. Next week's episode is gonna be the sports anime special.
Excited.
I'm super
This is
excited.
my favorite genre.
It's one of my favorites. Follow us on TikTok.
At Are We Nerds podcast, all put together, lowercase.
Yeah, I want to thank everyone for following us because we've grown a lot really quickly. So thank you all so much. I actually
keep
need
it
to
going.
film. I need to film some TikToks right now on
That's
our
okay.
Discord.
I'll think about it. Yeah, join our Discord. We have fun in our Discord, okay? We're talking about stuff. We're gaining more friends on Pokemon Go.
And hopefully soon we'll be able to do like a Discord chat room, like the video ones. I want to do one of those soon. But we got to grow the Discord more, so you guys should definitely join our Discord.
Yeah, this is like a Discord where you can just like drop any anime news. We have an anime channel, we have a manga channel, we have a K-pop channel, we have a Pokemon Go channel. So you can drop like whatever in it because we're all going to be interested in what you say. So if you have any anime news or you're asking for recommendations or you're giving recommendations to people, you want people to check out like manga you've read or like anime you're reading, like that type of stuff. Anime you're reading. Excuse me? Anime you're watching. We are highly like interested in what you have to say. So join our little community. We have fun. If you have Pokemon Go, I don't know if I don't know if people still play that. You're rubbing off on me. Like I can't talk now.
I don't know what it is today.
We would definitely love to have you guys. Subscribe to our YouTube. Obviously, if you're watching on here, we would love to have more. Like our videos.
Comments. People have been leaving really nice comments. I literally cried in a Barnes and Noble parking lot.
She did. That was funny.
Yeah.
Thank you, the person that commented. But I hope you enjoyed this episode. We're excited to get into the sports anime, and is that gonna be our last one for July? I think so.
Today's episode is the last one for July.
What?
That's crazy.
Wait, you're right. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. This is episode 6.
We had a good month. This is episode 6. Look, we're filming. We don't even know what's going on. We're having a great time. Ready to kick off August.
Yes.
Because once we're in August, it'll be September, and then we can talk about October, which I'm super, super, super
and
excited about. So passage of time.
We have some really cool episodes lined up for August and September. We already have them planned out.
Yeah, so stay tuned.
Stay tuned. And thank you so much for watching.
Yes. And stay hydrated. Stay safe. Put on sunscreen. Use hand sanitizer. And we love you.
Bye-bye.